Okay, our latest assignment that we have right now is going to be assignment number, is it 14? I should look. Dang it. Dang it. We just did, I think, 13. Yes, it's assignment number 14. So this also resides in module number 6. And if we go, this is assignment number 14. Now, this is the drill and jig assembly. The drill and jig assembly is going to have you create an assembly drawing. So there is a border specific to the assemblies. So to find that border, you're going to go back to modules, and right up at the top here in your WCTC Creo drawing borders, you're going to notice down here at the bottom, English assembly border. It's a B size 3-view assembly border. This is the one you have to use. Don't use one of these up here. Otherwise, I have it formatted so that it automatically pulls in balloons. It automatically generates your bill of material, which we'll see in a little bit. Okay, so make sure you do that. Now, on this one, as we go back, you will need to model each one of these drawings. Okay, so let me focus here. So on the second page here, so this is like a 2-pager. On the second page, here are the individual parts for this assembly. There's the drill jig base. There is the end bracket. And there is the center plate. These 3 parts you need to model with the dimensions that are here. But you do not make any drawings of these, okay? Just the models, because we're going to practice just pulling them in and creating an assembly and an assembly model and an assembly drawing, okay? So no details for these, but you have to model them. They're easy. They're actually pretty easy, okay? The 2 that you do not model are these 2, because we're going to use the intelligent fastener function in Creo to pull in those pieces of hardware, okay? And then down here is the assembly model itself, okay? So what you're going to be uploading to the assignment, okay? Let's go back to module. Drill jig assignment assembly. So you're going to first create this drill jig model, all right? So that means pulling the parts in, making sure that they're fully constrained, and then you're going to take a screenshot of that model. That one's a screenshot for 10 points because that's the first part of it. The second part of it, using that model, you're going to create a drawing, meaning you're putting on a drawing border, balloons, bill of material, all that kind of stuff. Okay, all that kind of stuff. And that's going to be what you create on the first part here. Now, I do not need to see any of these individual models. I just want to see this model right here with your design tree so I can see that everything is fully constrained. Okay, that's the first 10 points. The second 10 points is pulling in this border, okay, and making the assembly. Now, you will notice on the individual parts here, when you create them, your file name is going to be the number, for instance, 13510 for the base. And then right there on that screen, you are going to be putting the common name in as the drill jig base. Now, this is the deal. Remember, every text item on a drawing needs to be in uppercase, all capital letters. If you put this in lowercase, it's going to come in lowercase on here. It can't. This is on our drawing. Everything has to be in all caps. So make sure when you put your common name in, that your common name is in all caps. Drill jig base. Okay. Now let's say, crap, Kelly, when I pulled it into my border, it put in the part numbers here. That means you didn't put the common name in. All right. Now, how do you get that in? I'll show you. So if I go back to here, okay, and I'm going to pull in 13510. So open 13510. I'm going to go to that part right there. I'm going to say open. And it's here. I'm going to go up to File. And I'm going to go down to Manage File. And I'm going to go all the way up to Rename. So File, Manage File, Rename. I'm going to click on that. And now you're going to notice that file name here is the part number. And this is going to be blank if you don't have it in there. You just simply hit Rename in Session. And now you can fill in that name in all caps, okay? And you don't have to put any like, spaces underneath or anything like that, okay? And then you just simply hit okay, and then it saves it. And I always like to do an additional save really quick just to be sure. So again, file, manage file, rename, click on rename in session, add in your common name. All right. So part number is the file name, and then the common name is going to be the part name. Now you have to do this. You have to do this, because I'll know if you don't, unfortunately. So when I go over here, whoopsie, wrong one. When I go back to that assembly, okay, and I zoom in here, this has to, be filled in with the proper things. These two lines we can't do just because these are our smart fasteners, okay? Now, I'm not going to redo how to put this assembly together because I did that the last time we were together, all right? So I'm going to let you, if you do need to review that, I'm going to let you go back to that drill jig assembly, process. But I wanted to point out a couple things here that I've been noticing as I've been getting these in, and mostly revolving around this right here. So if you forget to put that common name in, if you try to click on it, it's not going to let you go in and edit that text. You actually have to go back to each one of the drawings separately, but that's the beauty of parametrics. As soon as you get it loaded, it updates this right away. You don't have to redo the border or anything like that. Okay, so it's really nice. So I programmed it so this would be automated. All right. If you pull in a regular B-size drawing for this, or a B-size border, this stuff won't happen for you. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, what the heck? How come it's not as automated as Kelly's was? Then you're going to know that you don't have the right border in there. Okay. All right. And on this one too, make sure that when you do this, make sure that this view matches. Notice that the inside of each one of these fasteners here does not have any hatching. So you have to click on that and delete it. All right. Or I think it's hide it actually up in the ribbon. It says hide. I noticed that there's a chat here. I have a question about the center plane. Yeah. The center plate. Yes.
So I'm modeling it right now. It's the plate, the main one that's on there. The other pieces that it connects to are 2 inches, like depth wise. But on that, so I'm guessing that's what it is. But I'm looking at for the 2-inch dimension for on the U-shaped plate on the drawing, and I don't see it. So I'm just asking if I'm okay to use that 2 inches, even though it doesn't say what it is.
2 inches.
So the end bracket is 2 inches, like the depth of it is the is 2.5 tall and 2.23 across, and then the 2 depth.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But there isn't a 2 on the.
I didn't notice that. You're right. It doesn't have the thickness here, right? Yes, do 2 inches
because
like
it mates to it, so I figured that it's just 2.
And
but
for this, right,
I figured I'd ask.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if they intentionally left that off, but you're correct. Yeah. It should be 2 inches wide. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I don't like just assuming.
No. It's a good idea to ask. Yeah, thank you. I didn't notice that wasn't there.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Any other questions? Good. Thank you. Because I'm sure that would come up with somebody else. All right. Okay. If there aren't any other questions, then that's what I wanted to kind of leave you with. Give you some reminders about things that I've been seeing. And then if there have been any, questions or comments that you've gotten, maybe something that I mentioned this evening, kind of help to explain that. But if not, especially if you're not on campus, reach out to me, and we could even, plan and meet in Zoom individually, and you can show me your screen, and I can go over things with you. If it's a virtual thing, if you have no way of getting here. Otherwise, you're welcome to come, and there's, seats available in class here, as you know, and sometimes it's easier to get it done that way. Okay. All right. So then that's what I'm leaving you with. Really nothing new here, just a review of the things to remember as we're going through. And it's a lot. Okay. I don't want you to think that, oh my gosh, I'm getting these back 2 and 3 times. You're not the only one. All right. It takes time. This is practice. This is in and out, but we're practicing the standard, and it's a lot to keep track of. So, so this is not easy. This is developing a skill. It doesn't just happen like that. Okay. So, so we're going to continue to practice this in other courses too. All right. Okay, then I'm going to stop recording and I'll let you guys work and I'll be here to answer any questions that you might have.